I'm Ryan from Prima, and this is the Lagom Casa. 2024 has been an exciting year for coffee grinders with tons of innovative new designs hitting the market. And you can check out the Lagom Casa and our full catalog of modern home coffee and espresso grinders at the link in the description. So the Lagom Casa is the latest addition to the Option-O lineup. This is a 48mm burr variant. There is also a 65mm burr variant coming to Prima soon. This grinder is equipped with a wide stepless adjustment. It goes a long way, so you get tons of room for very minute changes to your coffee or espresso. It has a magnetic catch that I really like. It's more powerful, I would say, than other grinders, maybe like the fellow Ode. It just snaps into place quite easily. Up top, there is no lid. There is a little popcorn shield to prevent beans from flying out. Instead of a lever knocker, the Casa has a push button, which goes straight down. It feels nice. I think it's just about as effective. Inside the grinder is a static reducer that is helping to mitigate that mess of grounds that's kind of spraying out onto the table. And I'll show you in a minute here, it's very effective. Inside of this grinder is a powerful brushless DC motor with a planetary gear system, which is aiding in espresso grinding, right? So it's providing that power, that torque to effectively grind super fine without binding. So the Casa is available with two burr variants. We have the 48mm conical burrs in stock. We'll also soon have the 65mm burrs in stock. Now you might be wondering what the difference is. The 65 is give or take $100 more expensive, and Option-O has told me that they think there's just a marginal difference in flavor between these. There is a slight improvement in the 65, but you'll have to decide for yourself if that's just a diminishing return worth spending the extra money for. One of the hallmarks of every Option-O grinder is their very tight tolerances and also their extremely low retention. So this grinder is designed to minimize mess and also minimize the need for purging between grind cycles. So I just want to give you an idea of how clean this is with the static reducer installed. Okay, so let's click the chute and remove the catch. Now, the grinder is going to shut off automatically. I'll hit the knocker a couple more times. And literally, there might be like 2 or 3 grounds on the table, and that is it. It is ultra clean. That static reducer is very effective. So the Casa is also great if you're frustrated with a grinder that's spreading chaff and grounds all over the counter. Now, before we move on, I want to talk about how this grinder fits into the Option-O lineup overall. This video isn't really a comparison, but I do want to give you a sense of who this grinder is for. All right, on the left is the Lagom Mini, possibly the tiniest little electric grinder ever made. And on the right, we have the Lagom P64, a behemoth, and a classic. All right, so the Lagom Casa is really made for people who would purchase a Lagom Mini, but who want to use it for espresso and who aren't planning to use the grinder for travel, right? So the Casa is a countertop grinder. It's not meant to be moved around, and it's for multi-purpose use. That motor allows it to be used for both espresso and pour over very effectively. The Mini, on the other hand, it does not have the same torque as this grinder has, and it will bind up sometimes if you're grinding for espresso, and not to mention it takes forever to grind that much with this grinder. So this is for pour over on the road, essentially, or if you want something on your counter for coarse grinding that just takes up absolutely no space, this is a great pick. Now, the Lagom P64 is kind of their super premium option with a 64mm flat burr platform. And that means it's compatible with a range of aftermarket burrs, so you get more flavor versatility here. You get a lot faster grind speed than these two. I mean, cutting grind speed down by like 30 or 40 seconds for a shot of espresso. And just, you know, an overall more substantial, comfortable workflow and workspace, okay? So I hope that helps you kind of determine which grinder might be best for you in the Option-O lineup. Next thing I want to do is grind 18 grams of espresso in the Casa, just to give you an idea of the sound, the basic workflow, and the time it takes to grind for espresso with these conical burrs spinning at a really low RPM. And then we're just going to compare noise to a couple other popular grinders. All right, so here's 18 grams into the lidless design. Press the button on the side. Okay, so it's wrapping up now, and the auto off feature will shut the grinder off without me touching it. All right, so clearly that takes some time. This isn't the grinder you want to add to your coffee cart. This isn't the grinder for someone who's making multiple drinks in a row on an espresso bar. This is for that slow morning routine. It's those small conical burrs and low RPMs, resulting in a pretty long grind for espresso. Now, just for context, we're not setting these grinders to the same setting. I just want to let you hear the noise. Here's the Sculptor 064S. Here's the fellow Ode Gen 2. And one more time, Casa. So this has been an overview of the Lagom Casa from Option-O. You can check out this grinder, plus many more contemporary coffee and espresso grinders for home at primacoffee.com. Happy brewing.